Welcome to Lynn Cullen Live. Talk radio without the static. Email your questions and comments to lynncullenshow@gmail.com. And now your host, Lynn Cullen.
And a good morning to one and all. It's the 16th of December, 2025, and I'm talking to you from a happy city because the Steelers won, really, in an extraordinary game last night on Monday Night Football. That's the good news, and that's probably the only good news. That's my bet. Susan, are you there? Oh, well, this is interesting. Suze, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for being there. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Well,
let me explain the dilemma there. I put myself on mute for various reasons.
Yes, okay.
And then I couldn't, but I wasn't sure I was on mute, so I clicked it so many times that I really wasn't sure I was on mute.
I understand. Believe me, I understand. God.
Yeah, and the Packers lost spectacularly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a great game, though. They played a great game. I mean, there were so many good games this weekend. There really were. I'm not usually into football, but I watched a few.
The Bears had a good game, too, and they won again. So
yeah.
Now they're in first place. That's sort of cute. I like it. It's more interesting.
Well, and the Steelers, unfortunately, have to play the Lions next Sunday, and believe me, that's going to be really rough for the Steelers, because the NFC North, which is where the Packers and the Bears and the Lions are, is a much stronger division than the.
We're all good. We're all battling.
Yeah, they're all good, and the AFC is North is has a lot of has two ridiculously lousy teams, and who knows? But the Steelers, it was nice to see. It's always, you realize how much fun winning is when your team's doing good. It feels good. And that's that. And that's the last good stuff we're going to be talking about.
Well, that's all there is.
That was it.
No, actually, it's not 47 below in Green Bay this morning. That's good news.
Well, that's good news, too. God almighty. Yeah, there's a heat wave coming. We're looking forward to it here, too.
Yeah, it's already 11. I can't even tell you that the house has not been able to get above 65.
Wow. It's been actually below zero, not wind chill.
No, it's been actually like 15 below.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Without wind chills.
Yeah.
And so I'm learning to close off, like sections of it.
Yeah, right. I mean,
and just keep the middle part, warm where the heat comes straight up.
Well, it is crazy to heat a whole house if you're just living in a part of it, I would think. Anyway.
Well, the point is I can't heat the whole house, but.
I gotcha.
So.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, I don't know where to start.
Well, it's all just the most awful stuff in the world. Like, the Rob Reiner stuff has made me so sick, I can't stand it.
Me too.
I don't know why that particular awful death is hitting me any more, in the gut than any of these other awful. But I just feel like I grew up with this man, and like I grew up with his father, and that they were sort of family. I just feel so awful about the destruction of the whole damn family because of these effing drugs that we can't figure out how to deal with.
My guess is this kid, it's not a drug issue as much as it's a mental health issue.
Well, I think he also has some real mental
He's
health
mental.
issues.
He has mental illness, which
but can I?
Because he said
that the reason.
Yeah, because let me just say this. He has said that he needed The drugs were to stop the voices in his head. It's just classic mental illness.
Well, but when someone says the voices in his head, my dear friends who lost their son to pretty much the same kind of addiction, also said the same kind of things. It wasn't about voices. It was the only thing that tamped down his incredible anxiety enough that he felt normal. Mm. So, whether they call them voices, there's something going on mental health-wise.
Yes.
That is so destructive. But it doesn't have to be you're hearing voices. It could be that you're just so anxious that you're paralyzed all the time.
Right. It's just, I think the thing about it that has freaked me out the most about the way these two wonderful people died is to have your last moments be your son
killing you,
stabbing you. Someone was saying to me yesterday that, stabbing is an intimate act. It's not shooting a bullet. Stabbing.
No, it's contact. Repeated contact.
And it's, yes, you gotta be close. And you've got to. So to know that this is their last moments. And the other thing I can't figure out is, how did he kill one?
Well, I think he disabled both of them immediately and then stabbed them in rage. I think he slit both their throats fast.
Well, we don't know. I cannot fucking believe it. So, but the more, the other thing, which I almost don't want to go to but it is of course Trump's
that's immediately about him, and right.
It's
so horrifying.
Vile, even for him, vile beyond belief. And
that's the review he's getting, that even for him.
Right. And, but little by little, this is going to be peeling people off who just can't anymore. There is no way you could, if you can keep kissing the ass of this soulless, mentally ill human being, dangerous man. It's beyond belief to me. Beyond belief. Oh, God. So,
and the opposite of that is the awful James Woods.
I didn't see anything he said. Fuck him.
Well, here's what he said. He's crying. He said, Rob Reiner saved my life. He was my friend. I loved him.
Oh. Okay.
And the fact that our politics were different didn't mean that I didn't love him and he didn't love me. It was a very long thing.
Okay. Well, so that brings up the real, the showing of how destructive and vile Donald Trump is. Rob Reiner's work, the gift he gave us, was universally beloved. It was loved by, James Woods, and is that his name? Yeah, that creep. And
I don't know if there is James Wood. I think.
And it was loved by conservatives, Republicans, gun nuts, liberals, progressives.
When Harry met Sally, well,
I know. So it's universal. It is. His work shows us that we have a commonality, that we can laugh at the same things, that we love the same things. And so his death, I'm not surprised that it affected people who aren't liberal Democrats, because Rob Reiner was one. It's because he brought people together. His work, his art, brought people to a common space. And Donald Trump, he is about one thing and one thing only, not just himself. He is about division, about dividing us one from the other so that he can have power. It's an old trick. It works well. But you see the difference in these two men. And at a time like this, when the whole country is mourning a beloved cultural figure, this is a time when a president, a leader, would say, would lead, would comfort. And he is incapable. He's a sociopath.
A very stable one.
Oh my God.
No cognitive issues, because there were a team of doctors that watched him perform a cognitive test, which is, as we all know, very normal.
Yeah. No, he is as vile a human as ever lived. God almighty. So,
and I didn't know, speaking of Epstein,
I think.
Epstein.
Yeah.
That he met Melania through Epstein. She was one of the models.
Oh, yeah, right. No, he brought there was a guy who brought her over who did, yeah, I know. Yeah. So yeah.
Like, so, I mean, his varying protestations that range from never met the guy to we barely knew each other are,
To it's how I met my wife. By the way, I want to say that I did learn two little details about Rob Reiner's wife, who is, of course, being sort of overwhelmed by him. But her obituary in the New York Times, Michelle Singer Reiner, did tell me that he says that it was she that made him so much of a political activist. He's quoted in her obit as saying, "I can honestly say the reason I've done as many things in the political sphere is largely because of her." And then it goes on to say that her passion for social justice largely came from the fact that her mother was a Holocaust survivor. And another little tidbit is that she was a professional photographer. Mm-hmm. And as a photographer, she took a portrait of Trump for the cover of The Art of the Deal, the book he didn't write that became a bestseller.
Wow.
In 1987.
That's interesting. Yeah.
She took, and her husband, Rob Reiner, said, "Man, she's got a lot to atone for." Yeah. So, yeah. She took Trump's picture. Wow.
I don't know that she has to atone for that.
Well, he was kidding. He was laughing when he said it, I'm sure. So I just want to, in terms of how, despite what these fucking white nationalist fascists are dreaming of, there's no going back. We are as diverse, mixed culture and people as there ever was. And I got a case in point. I got from my one of my health insurers. I got a letter the other day saying, "Hello there, it's time for a medication review." And then they tell me how to go about that. But this thing came with 4 pages. And the 4 pages are, the exact same thing I just said. Hello there. It's time for your medication review. Susan, you're breathing too.
In 85 different languages.
Yes,
right.
yes. Suze, you're breathing.
Yes?
You're breathing. Stop breathing. Thank you. No, it's like every once in a while I'm hearing, really breath. Are you, you can...
Yeah, okay, no.
I don't know
okay.
if it's too good. I don't know. Unless it's me doing it. I don't know. Could be my own. I don't think so.
I'll try not to breathe. I'll do my best, Lynn.
Don't breathe. Okay, so yeah, and what is mind-blowing is double-sided. There's 4 pages of different languages. Just looking at the way these languages are written is mind-blowing. I mean, there are so many that you couldn't make most of them you can't make head or tails of. It doesn't use our, letters. But they also say, thank God, what each one is, if anyone's wondering. And it's mind-blowing. I didn't know. I don't even know where these places are. I didn't know there were languages.
Well,
what?
But this is what people don't understand. So back in 1,000 years ago when I was sitting on a school board, my suburban St. Louis school district that looked about as homogeneous as you could imagine, in fact, had students in it that spoke 47 different languages.
Yeah. But listen to some of these.
Well, exactly.
But I mean, I don't even know where they're spoken. Where is Chuukese spoken? Chuukese.
I have no idea.
Where is Telugu spoken? And to see it written, it's beyond belief. It looks like, it's beautiful, but it's absolutely indecipherable.
But that's the point. When I say 47 different languages, a lot of them, we would call something like Chinese, but they're all different variations from different parts of a very large country.
Right.
These sound like, the same thing. They're African languages, but they are all, various little...
But they have their own alphabet. They have their own alphabet. Gujarati, Ilocano, Bisaya. Good God. And that's all among Urdu and Farsi and Hmong and German and Greek and Armenian and Tagalog, which is, I think, the Philippines.
And this was from your insurer, because I think the government stopped doing this.
Yeah, oh no, the government wouldn't do this. It's DEI. This is a corporation that better watch out. Trump will be coming after them for doing this. It's just mind blowing though. And you know what I know?
Trump can't come after them because there are really standards for legal notice, and insurers would be in such trouble if they withheld benefits because they refused to speak to people in the language that they knew that they spoke. That would be called not sufficient notice.
Okay. Well, not that whatever. I just wanted to say.
Not that he cares. I'm just saying why they still do it.
It's just mind-blowing to me. It was mind-blowing. Marshallese. I'm assuming that's the Marshall Islands. They have their own language? But you know what? There was one, I did notice one that wasn't there. Because there is a language that I can read that would be illegible to an awful lot of people.
Hebrew wasn't there?
Hebrew is not here. Yeah. Now, I don't get that, but I'm guessing they're thinking that someone who speaks Hebrew also speaks another language? Isn't that odd?
Well, why wouldn't they assume that of everybody else?
I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, because Hebrew speakers are smarter than everybody else?
No. They no. I mean, I don't know. I just explain that to me. Every little dialect. There's even like something Creole, this and that from another, and yeah, but not Hebrew. That's and for all I know, there's something else not
well,
there.
You have to draw a line somewhere, Lynn.
Well, Ben is telling us that Chukese is spoken on the island of Chuuk.
Well, of course.
And that's in Micronesia. Well, if you're on an island, yeah, I guess you develop your own language. Whatever. I just was blown away by it. Really was. Hey, I just want to say...
this exists in plain sight, and we're all totally... This is my point. In our small communities that do not feel like they are this diverse. And I'm here to tell you, they're this diverse everywhere that we're living.
Yeah. That's why this attempt to hold back the future through
destined to fail.
Through fascism and white Christian nationalism ain't going to be able to do it. Okay, two other little things. Hey, I'll tell you though, that Trump, the economy is really doing well. The jobs numbers have somehow come out, despite the fact that we have a totally dysfunctional federal government. And the unemployment rate is higher than it's been since 21. It's almost 5%. And 41,000 jobs have been lost.
Well, I have been waiting to see when the federal workers showed up in the unemployment numbers.
I'm not sure they are showing up yet. I don't know if they're showing up. But 41,000 jobs lost in October and November. And yeah, I have no idea.
Well, there's all this corporate downsizing going on again. I mean...
I know.
Everybody's been announcing.
I know. They're AI.
Right. And if everybody in your field is laying off, then those people aren't getting jobs.
Richard says, please don't stop Susan from heavy breathing. All right. Okay. Hey, I got to tell you, I came upon something. I just have to share this with you. It's a little personal. Have you ever kept a diary?
No.
Ever? No.
I mean, I think when I was a very little girl, I kept one for about 3 days and decided it wasn't safe.
Okay. I have, I think, throughout my life, attempted to keep a diary. And it never lasted. I just, for some reason, I can't do it. But I was looking for a piece of paper yesterday, and I have all these little notepads around, and I grabbed one, and I happened to open it up to the first page, and it turns out it's the beginning of an attempt at a diary. And I'm going to read it to you.
Oh, good for you. This is my primary memory of you. You will throw yourself out there, no fear of humiliation.
No, none.
If it will be of help or amusement to someone else. So
okay.
With that introduction, go for it, Lynn.
Well, you'll be able to see why I started a diary. I have the date first. March 14, 2020.
Ah.
Yep. Susan, I believe the day before that, I had left you in Palm Springs and flown back to Pittsburgh.
Deciding that you were never ever going to see our mother again.
Yes. This was the this is my, I mean, I really think we've repressed individually and as a community the trauma we experienced.
Oh, of the
COVID.
Of COVID.
This
right.
is what it is. Okay, so listen to this. March 14, 2020. Thank God Bill's made it back home to Ann Arbor from London, where yesterday, Friday the 13th, his first grandchild was born during the beginning of a worldwide pandemic that has much of the world closed down. That's my first sentence.
Pretty good one.
Yeah, because it takes us back, does it not? I was such a wreck. I wanted everyone to be, get into your safe place. And then I say, all of us are heading into an unknown and frightening future, and some of us won't survive. I think we've forgotten how terrifying. I think some people were slow to gather how terrifying it was. Because, I don't know. Then anyway, I didn't write again till what? I'm going to share a few more with you. Because it's such a... Okay, 5 days later, March 19, alternately managing pretty well and terrified. I'm living in a ghost town. Almost everything is closed. The streets are empty. But the park where I walk blue is full of people. Thank God for it, and how it gives you a little of your life back. I always wondered if I would rise to a challenge that was life-altering and life-threatening. Not a personal challenge, something like this, global, monstrous, historic. Frankly, I'd rather have skipped it. I can't imagine what we are in for. I can't imagine. Thank God I have this sweet, joyous dog with me. Okay, so I'm just... And then, Susan, you noted it. March 21st, I'm really thinking I'm going to die. I wonder if I'll survive this. I fear my mother won't. She and Susan flew back to Chicago from Palm Springs yesterday. So I was home a good 10 days before you and Mom got out.
I had to close up the house, and we still left early, and I had to get my dog, the whole thing.
I know.
It's not easy.
But flying then, when the thing is already... I was scared out of my mind. Anyway,
the people... Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Anyways, I say 97-year-old women are the most vulnerable. Travel is being discouraged. And then the next thing is, Mom is finally in Green Bay with Susan. Fingers crossed. I raked leaves in the backyard today, 6 bagfuls, and buds are coming up. Thank God for nature. And that's the last thing I wrote.
It's not because you died. Right in there, I survived.
Right. I have to say that I must have stopped writing when everybody got in place.
When your anxiety about
my family. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just...
that trip home, though, I remember that airplane trip.
Oh, yeah.
Mostly, what I remember is how terrified the stewardesses, the flight attendants were of all of us masked people, because at that point, the directive was don't wear a mask unless you're sick. And the flight attendants saw all these people coming on with masks and thought, and I finally said, no, we're not sick. We're trying not to get sick.
Oh, God.
And the woman in front of me in the plane, I had brought wipes to wipe down the airplane and blah blah blah, all the instructions. And the woman in front of me looked at me with wipes and almost started crying because she didn't have any. And I said, I have extra here. Have some wipes. I mean, it was just like, I remember that flight. People were terrified.
Hey, Richard's got a great idea. He who likes your heavy breathing. He said, I listened to the archived shows of years ago, and it's an audio diary that he's right. That's fascinating. So, yeah, you could go back and find the shows from March of 2020. And I would, yeah, and how I'm feeling and what I'm saying and what we're saying. Wow. You could read.
I remember that time. I mean, I remember throwing people out of the house who were walking in, and I'd come downstairs and find, some young man hugging mother, and I'd just, both of them unmasked, and I'd just scream, "What are you doing in this house?" But I felt like I was, I felt like someone was trying to kill her, and I had to protect her.
Well, I don't think.
And I did. I got it through.
Yeah, and well, let me tell you, her immune system. Unfucking believable.
Well, she did get COVID.
She got COVID, and she thought it's like a little cold. I got COVID. It ended up in the hospital. I just don't think that we have come to understand how we are a nation suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, and it could well be why Donald Trump, it could be another one of the puzzle pieces
correct.
Of why people turn to him somehow. I don't know. Beyond belief. Hey, here's a question I have. Totally another subject. The Brown shooting.
Yeah.
I think it is mind-blowingly weird that in this day and age of cameras everywhere, that there is no good shot of this suspect who was not hiding his face. I mean, you couldn't walk. You couldn't walk down my street.
Of Brown.
Well, you couldn't walk down.
I mean,
you can't walk down a street in Pittsburgh without 20 doorbell cameras taking your picture. Not to mention cameras at intersections, business security cameras, all that kind of stuff. What, Brown doesn't have any of that?
No, well, not enough. I'm going to just say that they were just ridiculously complacent. They said there were cameras, but not in the old part of the building. Well, if people know where the cameras are and where they aren't, then that's how they plan the shooting. So, no, they were just stupidly complacent that something like that would never happen at such a Tony place as Brown, in such a pleasant place as Rhode Island.
Well, and it's odd for me to be squawking about wanting more cameras because I hate them.
Well, yeah.
Because, I mean, well, I'd like a camera right now to get that son of a bitch, but I don't like living in a surveillance state. I don't.
Well, too late.
Yeah. Indeed. God. So, what else I got?
I mean,
here?
my phone. If my phone doesn't stop talking to me, I'm going to shoot it. I'm sitting there trying. I'm using it. I mean, my watch. I'm using it when I work out.
No.
To monitor my heart rate and stuff. I want to know what I'm doing.
No, Suze.
But you invite the damn thing in, and
No.
then it starts talking to you through the whole thing.
Don't. I can't. It's a deal with the devil. You could don't let those son of a bitch things in. Don't. We did. humanity lived just fine without being able to quantify every little beat of our hearts and this and that. We don't. It's unnecessary. And you're right. You give them an inch, they'll own you. They'll own you.
Well, I took it off after the workout. I punished it.
Well, it just blows my mind. Really. I was thinking, I couldn't sleep last night. I was thinking, everybody else is talking into their phones, if they have a question. Why is so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so? And, they get the answer right away. And I type with one finger.
I do too.
Okay, so I'm thinking most people are already, I was thinking, so why wouldn't you talk into it? Maybe you could let that much because it's quicker. And I'm thinking, quicker? Who gives a shit? This idea that quick is part of what's killing us, part of what's making us incapable of paying attention, of paying attention.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of this quickness or avoiding work, labor, typing something in. If we slowed down, we'd be better off. We'd be healthier. I know we would be. And so I decided, well, being able to sleep, that no, I am not going to talk to my fucking phone. I'm not. I know our brother does when he doesn't, when he sends his, he whispers into, you're sitting in a room with him, and he's whispering into his phone. He whispers into his phone, I'm not expecting to leave until tomorrow, period. I will be back. And I'm thinking, Jesus. I don't know. I hate this cowardly new world.
Well, we aren't all cowardly. The second you said cowardly, I thought of that incredible man running out, body fucking the.
God bless him.
I mean, what a man.
I'm worried about him.
Being.
I don't know what's going to happen to him now. First of all, he's going to be made into a celebrity. He already is. And that destroys a life. He will become very rich. I see that millions have already been gathered up by mostly Jews, and as a gift to him. And so his life will never, everything he knew is going to be blown up. I'm also worried that some, lunatic on the other side will take him out. I so feel for him because life as he knew it is over. It's gone.
And all because his instincts were
so
everybody but himself.
Exactly. Yeah. And I cry for him. But
I thank God for him.
Yes, I thank God for him as well. I just want to note two other people who before him tried to tackle one of the gunmen. It was an older Jewish couple. They were refugees from Russia who had come to Australia, named Boris and Sophia Gurman. They saw the father get out of his car with the rifle. And they saw the ISIS flag he had put on his windshield. And Boris went for him. He went for the gun. He got the gun away from him. But the other guy wrestled it back. Sophia and Boris wrestled with him, and they were the first two. They were the first two he shot at point blank range. Boris and Sophia Gurman had tried as well. Heroes as well. Meanwhile, I saw something that I couldn't effing believe. Do you know, as if we need another one, Tucker Carlson has a brother?
Oy.
And he's every...
No, I was spared this, yes.
Okay. Well, he's every bit as loathsome as his brother. In fact, and his name, of course, is... Oh, God, I hate these people. Buckley.
Oh, Buckley and Tucker.
I know.
Sound like dogs.
I know.
They sound like Irish setters.
No, they sound like fucking, the upper class waspy anti-Semite types, right? Buckley and Tucker. Buckley Carlson has been mocking the wounded victims and has been posting that the shooting was staged and falsely suggesting a survivor had fabricated his injuries.
In Australia?
No! Here! Yes, in Australia, Buckley fucking Carlson is posting this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I just can't even understand why he would. Okay.
Wow. Because you can't have people, I guess, feeling sorry
for Jews.
Yeah, right. So who even knew that there was the Carlsons, that's a fine family. Like some of those family values. And while we're at it, I wasn't invited, and I know you guys weren't either, but there was a big party Saturday night in New York City. It was the New York Young Republican Gala. I thought they were pretty much decimated after that, after they were found sending all those vile, racist, anti-Semitic
diatribes around.
Yeah. Well, they're still out there. Anyway, and they had a big gala. And it was filled with white nationalists and anti-Semitic conspiracy theorists. Filled. They start naming names. There was a former George Santos staffer who had posted a video depicting Jews as cockroaches. There's a guy who actually lost his job on Matt Gaetz's news show for being too much of an anti-Semite. To lose your job, I mean, what? I can't even.
Geez.
Yeah,
that's hard to do.
And I didn't even know Matt Gaetz has a news show. Wow. Also at the gala were politicians from Germany's far-right neo-fascist party, which Germany has officially labeled an extremist group. The white nationalists, this is who is at the New York Young Republicans Gala. So just make no mistake about that party. After Trump, it cannot ever go back to a semblance of a tolerable political party. It is a full-on.
Not without a convincing purge.
Well, these are the young. These are their young. You can't purge the young. You got nothing then. I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
I just we can.
every time. That was a sigh. That was not a loud exhale.
No, I understand, and it's just, I gotta say, it's something else. We are heading into some very dark times. So, what I said in that diary entry, I wonder how I will manage cataclysmic events. I made it through the pandemic, but there's, I think, others ahead, and we'll see.
Well, but I'd also like to point out that to me, this just proves that anti-Semitism didn't go anywhere.
No, it went underground.
It just went underground. It went back into the primordial ooze, and now it's just popped back up. It's found the right atmosphere, and it's blooming and growing again. But it never went anywhere. It's not a sudden explosion.
No,
you're just all seeing what's always been there and never gone away. And maybe now there are more of us that understand what it is and how wrong it is, and if we can fight it back this time, we can do it more convincingly.
That's all right. So, Suze,
yeah,
NBC Nightly News is going to be broadcasting from Pittsburgh tonight, I've heard. And I'm wondering why. And I also saw that they are not putting out the location of where they'll be broadcasting from, which struck me as well, because that again shows the times we live in.
Right. Everybody's afraid to let anybody know where they are for fear somebody's going to want to kill them.
It made me wonder if they were perhaps coming to Pittsburgh to tie in with the Australian massacre. Because
they might be. That makes sense.
And so maybe they'll be at Tree of Life, or I don't know. I was wondering that. But I guess you'll find out at
well,
6:30.
It's very interesting. That's another bit of little PTSD from the pandemic. There are many of us that no longer feel, but it's not only from the pandemic, it's from mass shootings. There are many of us that no longer feel comfortable in any enclosed space with lots of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a synagogue. It can, as we all know, be a movie theater.
Yeah.
It can be, as we all know, a concert. It can be, as we all know, a parade.
Well,
so, it can be an office building with an airplane. So, I mean, all of everybody's absolute worst fears are now everyday occurrences.
Well, that we cannot feel safe. So, but I was thinking, we have traumatized our children, so they are taught from the minute they go into a school that they should not assume they are safe because of the live shooter drills we subject them to.
Well, and if you're a little Jewish kid, you go from your unsafe school to your unsafe synagogue.
Well, it's just, unsafe. And we wonder why today's children are showing more signs of anxiety, depression, whatever. God help us. I'm casting.
They're responding appropriately to an unsafe environment.
Yeah.
And if this country has one duty, it would seem to be, to me, to provide a safe environment for its children.
Yeah, but we fail. We
have failed. We have deliberately, utterly failed. It's real deliberate. Ask the late Charlie Kirk.
I'm as you watch the Australians' reaction to this massacre. They already had gun laws we couldn't dream of having. And now they see...
And they immediately are tightening them.
They are going... The fact that the father, the killer father, had 6 guns, that's not going to happen. 6 rifles. That's not going to ever happen. They will make it so maybe you can have 1. And they're also thinking of saying, and just because you have a permit for a gun, it shouldn't be a lifetime permit. So it could have a date on it. An expiration date.
Yeah.
So they're doing
like
all
your
this.
Driver's license.
Yeah, they're doing all this because they are not saddled with that fucking misinterpreted Second Amendment of ours. And they're able to do what they do to safeguard their children. You can tell they're a country concerned about their children and that they're the first country to really try, through legislation, to get a handle on social media's god-awful influence on our children. And it'll be interesting to see how that shakes down. So I tip my hat to the Aussies. And they make us look.
At least they're trying,
Well, they had one of the lowest murder homicide rates in the so-called free world, of which we are no longer a part. Hey, I don't know if you saw the latest grift the idea that Trump had. Nothing escapes. Nothing escapes. The Trump administration has issued a notice of default to the group overseeing the District of Columbia's public golf courses.
Oh, my God.
Can you even...
He's going to nationalize the golf course?
He won't nationalize it. He'll take them. Golf course? That's his business. He'll take them and make money off them. He doesn't believe in public golf courses. Do you believe that?
Well, it's an important issue, Lynn, and I'm surprised that you don't understand with everything that's going on how remarkable it is that he could find time to prioritize D.C.'s golf course.
God almighty. It says here, if the group loses control of the 3 golf courses, it'll clear the way for Trump to redevelop them. I don't know. First of all, here's another question I have. I think of Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia, as a really concentrated place.
Mm-hmm.
They got room for 3 golf courses in D.C.?
Yeah, I have no idea where they'd be.
I can't even begin to imagine it.
Because I experience Washington, D.C. as a very walkable place.
I know, but maybe we're just experiencing it like a tourist, so we don't really have a sense of how far it might go out.
Well, I have friends that live there and they're golfers, but I just always imagined they were in the surrounding states and not D.C.
Well, there are apparently 3, unbelievably, public courses in Washington, D.C. I read it right here. Hard to believe.
Hard to believe.
Yeah. So here's something else that's hard to believe, and I'm so blown away by it. I don't even blah 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 blah. It's a science-y thing about evolution and about it occurring at a rate that is, just mind-blowing. Let me find it. Where is it? Where is that thing? New York Times. I can't fucking find it. Fuck!
Deep breath, Lynn. Deep
Okay,
breath.
okay, I got it.
No, it really helps if you scream obscenities. It does.
I
It
know.
clears the way.
I know. So it's about a bird and how the pandemic changed the size of the bird's beak. Right there, it's like, what? How could the size of a bird's beak change in 2 years, 2.5 years?
Because it had a stuffy nose.
Nope. It's the dark-eyed junco. It's a sparrow. It lives in the forest. However, some of these juncos decided, hey, I think I'm going to try LA. And some of these Los Angeles juncos really made themselves at home, especially at UCLA. And they quickly changed from their cousins still in the forest. Their wings shortened, and they
wanted to look more studious and fit in.
they developed shorter, stubbier beaks. And scientists have decided that it's because breeding season. We disappeared for a second there, guys. When the pandemic happened, one breeding season later, these junco beaks went back to be like their forest beaks. And then they changed again.
When the students came back.
Will you explain how so this article goes into, the scientists saying we were really shocked, but it's, if you think that we don't affect nature, and nature doesn't react very quickly when it needs to, it's just amazing. So they say they can't say for certain what drove the quick shift in shape, but they suspect it was a case of rapid adaptive evolution. I didn't know there was such a thing.
Within one generation. It's amazing. I think it would be also interesting to see what the different diets, what effect the different diets had on the poor little birds.
They probably got fatter in the city. Wouldn't you think?
Well, if there's existing on Doritos and what the students drop, it's all probably processed food.
Yeah, can't be good. But I don't know. Juncos born in the spring of 2020 had standard urban style beaks. But those born the next year and the year after, 21 and 22, had longer, slimmer beaks, typical of the wildlife junco. And then the urban beak shape returned in 23. What the fuck? Is that not, amazing?
Well, for all we know, they are far more intelligent than we know, and they have secret laboratories that when this happens, they take a little pill and they grow a nose, or they take the cure and they drop one.
No, it just shows nature is mind-blowing. Just fucking mind-blowing. Jonathan says, wait. We got a lot up here. Milton says the largest public golf course in D.C. is being used to dump the refuse from the East Wing demolition. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Oh, and now he's going to yell at them for being a mess.
Jonathan says, NBC, it's part of their Reporting for America campaign. It's bringing the broadcast to a number of metropolitan areas, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And yeah, Ben saying, the NBC News announcing its Pittsburgh broadcast predated the Sydney shooting. Okay. And Richard says, what a foul way to end the show. Ha ha. And yeah, I know we dropped out there for just a second. And Richard, I have to end on this because it blew me away. Richard, I think you do need to get some help. He said, last night I finished listening to every show from 2017. I check it, and then he says, I check into Western Psych on Friday. I bet you do, bud. Man, you a glutton for punishment. But I bet it is interesting in a way, in terms of the time capsule aspect of it. Never thought of doing that, but I can't stand listening to myself, so I don't think I'll be doing it. Anyway, although the COVID ones, that might be something interesting to remind us. God. All right, Suze, we're out of time.
All right. Well,
thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry that I was breathing, but every once in a while, girls gotta do what they gotta do.
I know it's rough. I'm sorry, but thank you. Thank you. Bye.
We'll talk later.
Okay. Bye. Goodbye. Bye. And I'm gonna whoop. Jeez. And I'll try to tiptoe out of here. Okay. You know how that goes. Oh, yikes.
Lynn Cullen Live, Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and archived at pghcitypaper.com. The opinions expressed on Lynn Cullen Live are those of the host and do not necessarily reflect the viewpoints of Pittsburgh City Paper or its advertisers.